Hey guys, it's me, Sophia. This is part 2 of the first video. Um, when I realized I didn't want to go back to how I was previously living, um, I texted Zachary that I'm going away, to do something better. I can't no longer live like how I was living. And he's like yelling at me, cussing me out and stuff. And I'm like, okay, why is he like being so mean? Like, damn. And he's like, it's you. And I'm trying to talk to him. And he's like, it's you. You're the one that making me feel this with me. And I'm like, damn. I'm just trying to reach out to you because I am pregnant and I am like, damn. But then, like, it's like that time period where I was with him in November and August, I stopped completely, and then I come pop up back in the picture. That is kind of, but it was just like how he was rolling, like how he was. I just wasn't fucking with it, so I was like, it's best to just leave it alone. Like, but I think in April when I met up with him, I was very vulnerable. So I feel like he took advantage of that because I did tell him if I did have sex, I want to have a child. That's just it. He said that later on he said that he didn't care if he didn't care if he got me pregnant or if he didn't. He just wanted to do it, and so that's that. What the fuck? Um, So when I have my son, the baby, I text him again. I'm like, I had the baby, and I talk to him and stuff, and he's like, let me see him. We video chat. He's like, yeah, I know that's my son. That's my son. He looks like me, and this and that. And then he's like, I don't want a paternity test. I don't want a paternity test. And I'm like, okay, if you want one, you want one. You don't, you don't. It's cool. It's whatever. I told him when I was pregnant, I was like, I'm cool with giving you a paternity test. I have no problem with it. So he's like, I don't want one. I know he looks just like me and it's not. And I'm like, okay, okay. After that, um, he was like, I'm about to come see you guys. I'm about to come see you guys. And I'm like, yay, we're gonna vibe out. We're gonna be chilling. And everything was cool and stuff. He came in July. He came in July. I had my baby in May. And up until that point, he kept talking about DNA tests. First he didn't want one, and then he was like, well, people are saying this, so I'm gonna get one. And he's like, guess what? I got a paternity test. And I'm like, cool, we can take it whenever you come up here. And he came up here in July, and he took me out to dinner. It wasn't fancy, but he helped my son. He fed him. He took us grocery shopping and all that stuff. We had a good time. We bonded and everything. Um, and then he left and he was like, I love you, son, and I'm gonna move in with you and this and that. And I'm like, oh, you love my baby. I would love you guys to have a bond and this and that. And then, oh, I skipped a whole lot. Scratch that. When we came back from going grocery shopping, because we went out to eat and then we went grocery shopping, because that was our whole plan when he came to come see me. And we did that, and then we come home, and I'm like, we can do the DNA test now. We can do the paternity test now. And we do it, and I'm like, let's not do it wrong. That's exactly what the fuck I said. I was like, let's not do it wrong. Let's read the directions. Well, my ass didn't read no damn directions. So we're swabbing our mouths. He swabs his, and he swabs I swabbed Leon, my babies, and he says he saturated his swab, and I did my son's, and I swabbed his mouth. Mind you, I didn't read the directions, so I was kind of clueless on what to do, but I thought it was easy. I thought it was simple. I put the swab in his mouth, but I didn't collect any cheek swabs. And I don't believe he collected any either. He did saturate it, like he said. Then I put my swab in the envelope, my son's swab in the envelope. He did his as well. And you weren't supposed to put it in the envelope while wet, which both of us did. Um, I did touch mine with my hands, which you're not supposed to do. Also, when I was writing with the swab was wet when I put it in, so it wet the paper. So as I was writing, the pen hit the wet swab. So I'm like, okay, that might not mean anything. It's still his saliva. It's still, his DNA. And, so we put the packages up and we, do what the fuck we do. And he ends up leaving and go to work. And then I was like, dude, you left the paternity test results. Ugh, you left it here. You're supposed to take this with you. Like, what are you doing? He's like, well, put it in the mail. They'll still do what to do. So I do that, and you're supposed to get the test 2 days. 2 to 3 days? I want to say 2 to 3 days. So I think we dropped ours off on a Thursday or Friday, and it took about 5 days, 6 days to receive ours. What we didn't do is enter a code that was in the box. So when they received their DNA or whatever, the paternity test, when they received the paternity test, they couldn't do anything with it because we didn't enter our code. So when we entered our code, that's 3 days later. So they are holding on to our paternity test. So that's 3 days later, and we entered our code because we're waiting for the results. We're waiting for the email to come back, and they said we need the code. So we entered our code, and then 2 days later, the results come back, and it says 0%. I'm like, he calls me up and he's like, it says 0%. I'm like, what? I'm trying to log in. Like, what? What do you mean it says 0%? What do you mean? I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, what? He gets mad at me, and I'm like, what? Why are you getting mad at me, dude? And then he's like laughing, and I'm crying, and what happened? He was like okay with taking another DNA test because I was like, oh, let's do another one. I didn't want to go through court, but when I found out, like, I was like, I need a second opinion. Like, I need to need. Because you literally look up the directions. It says do not touch with your hands, which I did. Collect cheek swabs, which I did. What else did it say? Do not eat an hour before you swab. Before, I think. So, baby couldn't eat, dad couldn't eat. So it's like we didn't read no type of shit. We just swabbed our mouth and put it in an envelope and that's it. And so I'm like, I'm gonna have to do work. Like he's okay with doing another one. So I was like, okay, cool. Then people are saying, oh, he's not his, and this and that. I'm like, okay. I already knew that he was kind of like shallow-minded, very like childish, very if someone says something, it must be facts. It's so true. If the sky is blue, then the sky is blue. If the sky is purple, then the sky must be purple. If I jumped off the ceiling butt naked, then I must have jumped off the ceiling butt naked. That's just how it was. So, people were just talking in his ear saying that my son isn't his. And I'm like, okay, I'm willing to do another paternity test. And he's like, you need to come over here. You need to come over here and do it. You need to come over here. And I'm like, damn, what happened to you coming over here? We can just do it when you come over here. He's like, no, you need to come over here and that's final. I'm done talking. I'm like, why are you acting so fucking childish? Like, seriously. And then my mom went to his place where he was living, and she asked his mother, if it's okay to do a paternity test. Mind you, I already knew like what I was going to do, go to court and put child support, and she said yeah. She was like, he's okay with doing that. He's okay with doing a paternity test. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. He's cool with doing a paternity test. So, I'm waiting for them to contact him because I have I said I want child support. And he's like, that's not mine. That baby's not mine. That baby's not mine. I never ejaculated in you. That's a nicer term, I hope. And I'm like, dude, what? They don't even, first of all, that don't even make sense. Why take a paternity test if you didn't? Like, what's up with that? Like, that's weird. Why I spend $130 for a paternity test if you didn't? Don't make sense. And then, he was like basically making things like it was my fault. I was like, first of all, how is this shit my fault? You were the one that wanted to fuck. You're the one that did what he did, and then you want to get mad because my body did what it naturally does, is produce children. Like, I don't get it. Like, what? Like, I don't know if I'm missing something, but like, it was like, first, I know he's mine. I know he's mine. He looks just like me, and this and that. Two, that he's not mine. What? That doesn't add up. So he's like posting on the internet the results saying that it's zero, he's not mine. I'm like, I already expressed to you that we did it wrong. I don't know if you did it wrong, but I did it wrong. I know I did. Touching the motherfucking swab and not collecting any cheek swabs, poking a hole in the motherfucking envelope, putting the fucking swab in the envelope wet. What? How is that not a mistake? How is that not wrong? And he's saying that it's not rigged. The test is right. It's not rigged. He's saying that I said it's rigged. What? I said we did the test wrong. So he's over here trying to embarrass me, saying that the test is right when we didn't even read the directions. On top of the results, when it says that 0%, it says wrongfully contaminated. It says, gotta take the light off. 1 second. It says, I don't know if I can read that. Wrongfully collected, contaminating of the sample, whether it's accidental or intentional. Like, contaminating, tongue-tied. So it's basically saying that right when you see paternity test 0%. So that right there shows that it can be a mess up in a test. And he's saying it doesn't say that. What? And it's like right there. I'm wondering if he knows how to read or not. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny because I struggle with reading sometimes. And when I was growing up, I struggled with reading. But damn, it says it right there. And there's apps that read for you if you need help reading. So all of it is just so childish. All of it's so childish and just so stressful on me because it has my son involved. If it wasn't anything to do with my child, I wouldn't give a fuck. If it had something to do with me, I wouldn't give a fuck. But it has something to do with my son. And then the fact that he's playing both sides, saying that, oh, I love you and this and that, and I want to be with my son too. He's not mine, and that I lost interest. Like, not the test came out right. Um, um, how if we did everything that the research tests say not to do, we did. How did we not do it? How did we not do it wrong? Right? How did so the test is right if we did everything wrong? I don't get it. I don't know. Um, so he calls himself exposing me, and I kind of exposed him for all the dirty things he's done in his life and to people. And he gets mad at me saying I should have came to him and need to stop talking behind his back. But before I made that video, he posted our conversation about court and that he needs to show up and this and that. I've been trying to have people laugh at me, but when I make a video and exposing him, I need to talk to him and I need to stop being childish. Like, sometimes, a lot of people actually only can take so much. I'm a nice, respectful person, but don't just try to pick at me just for fun. So I called myself exposing him, which wasn't right, but I did. And he's now playing the victim like I'm the one attacking him when he started it. He cannot take accountability of his actions. That's another thing I noticed when I left the first time. He'll blame me instead of himself. Like that argument when I was pregnant. I was talking to my guy friend and he got jealous. He admitted it later on and he started cussing me out. And he said that it was my fault that he does because he cussed me out. And then when I wanted to expose him, he wants to post on Facebook saying that he wants to get rid of bad energy. Like I'm the bad energy, but he's causing it. Like, do he not understand like what he's doing? Like, I'm the most coolest, chillest person ever. I'm cool. But I can only take so much. Especially if it comes down to my kids. If it has something to do with my kids, just believe I'm going to be doing what I feel like is best for them. Like, what? 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 Saying that I'm harassing him. If my son is yours, what do you mean harassing? He belongs to you, so you need to do what you want me to do. How am I harassing you? You need to do what you need to do. It just don't make sense. Like, you act like I'm a random bitch just like bothering you. And then when it came up to court, he changes his number. Why change your number? My mouth is dry. Why change your number? Why can't you prove me wrong a second time? If I'm willing to give you another paternity test. But something ain't not adding up. Wait, prove me wrong a second time. That's all I asked for. With child support, you get tested. If he comes back not yours, you don't do shit. What's the big deal? He's not yours, right? Changing your number, not participating in court when you know you have court. Prove me wrong the second time. Dude's a narcissist and he wants to play the victim. But when it comes down to my kids, I'm gonna do everything in my power to do what's right. And that's that. I ain't no monster. I'm not. I'm just a mama. Just a mother.